Don't have any gift tags for your Christmas presents? No problem. I'll give you 10 ideas to paint your own. You just need some carton or cardboard recycling and acrylic paints. Metallic paints optional. If your cardboard is shiny on one side, let's use the matte side, so the paint sticks easier. I do have another video coming about painting on shiny cardboard though. Cut the cardboard into smaller pieces. I'm gonna do 7 by 4.5 centimeters, which is about 3 by 2 in inches, or a bit smaller than that. Let's get the paints out. I'm using Crelando acrylic paints from Lidl and Plus Color hobby paints. Let's start with the classic Christmas tree. I'm gonna paint the whole background white. I'm not priming the cardboard, this is just white acrylic paint. You could prime these with gesso though, if you want your colors to turn out brighter, but it's optional. Let it dry for a second. Acrylic dries fast. I mixed green for the Christmas tree and I'm using a size 12 brush. This is a really small canvas to paint on, so a bigger brush makes it more difficult. The visible brush strokes form the Christmas tree texture. I'm using a much smaller brush for the details. This is size 1. I'm painting a star and a glow around it in yellow mixed lighter with white, and then adding the Christmas balls on the tree. But you wanna paint them under the tree branches, not above like I did first. So let's add some water to dilute the mistakes and then wipe them off with paper. And paint over them with white. Okay, the star doesn't show up on the white background, so let's add some darker yellow or get cold metallic paint. I tried adding darker green for shading on the tree, but it would be easier to do it before the Christmas balls. For this one, let's sketch it with a small brush first. I scrapped my first try because it was too high on the cardboard, but it doesn't have to be a perfect sketch anyway. And then paint the background. I added some red with the blue to mute the color a bit. So I forgot to say what we're actually painting. These are 2 candy canes overlapping a bit. Let's paint them white first and shade on one side, and now we can sketch on the red stripes again with a small brush and then fill them in. And fix up the edges of the candy canes with the background color. So I was going to do a mistletoe for this video, and while searching for ideas and references, it came up that what I thought was a mistletoe is actually holly. Because the two are often pictured together, it led to the confusion of the saying kissing under mistletoe, but actually kissing under holly, not mistletoe. So this is holly. It has these spiky looking leaves and red berries. I'm doing 3 leaves in dark green and then a bunch of red berries in front of them. Let's separate the leaves from each other by adding a bit of an outline and a leaf vein in the middle, and make the berries and leaves more alive with some white highlights and more lighter green details. Now this is mistletoe. It looks more like an herb. It's actually a parasite that grows on trees. It has white berries, and the usual Christmas decoration mistletoe is a bouquet of branches tied together in red ribbon. The leaves have a round tip, unlike holly, and they're a bit lighter too. Let's add some lighter highlights, and I like to add some other pop of color. I'll do pink on the leaves and then the white berries. I decided to make a white background for a plant with white berries. Good choice. The next one is hanging Christmas lights. So let's paint the wire they're hanging from in black, and I'll do yellow for the first light. Just testing to see if I can fit another set of lights under it, and I can. So let's draw the other line and do the rest of the lights in kind of an upside down candle fire shape. I'm doing red, blue and yellow, but you can choose whatever colors you want. A bit of highlight and shadow on the light bulbs, and different colors of polka dots on the background to fill the rest of the space. Another very classic one, a snowman. I'm sketching the 3 snowballs on top of each other in white paint and then painting the background light blue. Going in and filling the snowballs, you can mix a hint of blue in the white to add shading on the snowballs, and let's mix a dark grey or black for the hat, stones for the eyes and mouth, and the buttons. Add a red scarf or any color you like, I'm trying to mix an orange for the carrot nose, but it's really not working with the red and yellow in this paint set because they're turning muddy. But let's add some white and make do. And fill the background with the white snowflakes. Pink isn't really a Christmas color, but I think it works with dark green. So for these little fig tree or pine tree branches, I painted a cross in green for 2 branches and then just keep adding needles with a thin brush. Highlights in lighter green and binding it together with a red bow. I think it needs some white highlights too. This one turned out pretty cute. I think I like this one the best. A white background for a Christmas wreath. Let's sketch a circle in green with a thin brush and then dot leaves to the wreath in different orientations. Mix a lighter green to add some texture and highlights. Dot white and red berries all over the wreath and tie a red bow on top. Optional, get out the metallic paints or markers. I'm dotting gold all over the background. Next up is a Christmas bauble. Sketch a circle with a thin brush. I'm gonna make a red one on a green background, like it's on the Christmas tree. Coloring in the Christmas ball, I painted the thing on top with gold paint, which really isn't standing out from the dark green, so maybe choose a more contrasting color, a much lighter one or a much darker one. I did the string in black and added some slightly darker shading on the ball to make it look more like a ball than a circle. White, zigzag and dot pattern on the ball. Did not like the black string anymore, so I painted over it with white. And added some baubles around the red one to make it look more like it's hanging from the Christmas tree. I wanted to make it an even 10, so here's the idea added at the last minute. Just a simple star. I'm doing a 5-point star by painting the first spike or triangle on top and then another line top left and a straight line across to the right and then back down to the left. Fill it in with yellow. I'm painting the background light blue but leaving a messy outline for the star. Getting out the metallic gold paint and covering the star with that and then painting a more precise white outline for the star using a thin brush to make it stand out more. Let's do some snowflakes or white polka dots to fill the background and maybe leave it there. But I guess I wasn't ready to stop painting yet and colored the insides with gold and added some yellow, pink and white highlights on the star. That honestly just looks strange. Once they're all finished, punch a hole with a regular paper puncher, or if the cardboard is too thick or you want the holes to be smaller or bigger, you could use punch pliers like this one. Both of them worked for me. And now you can slip it in the ribbon or string of the present once you've written your greeting and recipient on the back. Gift tags, check, but do you also need Christmas cards? Here's how to paint watercolor flowers in a bit bigger size and more detail for Christmas cards. This isn't a real gift, by the way. I just wrapped a random box and this isn't one of the gift tags. It's just a piece of leftover cardboard.